Okay, so if you guys want to go ahead and check your even numbers, you can. Let's start with number 10. Brian's science class records the daily low temperatures for the first week in December. What is the average low temperature for the first week? So it's asking what's the average of the numbers that they've given us in the table for the first week. So to find the average, think about your grades. So what we do with your grades is we average them. If you have 5 grades, we add them all up and we divide by 5. So we're going to use that same concept here. So we need to add all of these up. So to add positive and negative numbers, we can think back to same sign add, different sign subtract. So I'm going to go ahead and group them together based on positive and negative numbers, and I'm going to add them. So 15.2 plus 5. And when we add, we line up our decimals. So 2, 5, 10, 20.2. Then I'm going to go ahead and work with my negatives, because again, same sign add. So 2.1 and 4.6. 6 plus 1 is 7. 4 plus 2 is 6. And that's a negative, right? Because we keep the sign. Now I need to add the positives and the negatives. So same sign add, we did that. Different signs subtract. So 20.2 minus 6.7. I'm gonna borrow. It's gonna be a 9, so I can make this a 12. 12 minus 7 is 5. 9 minus 6 is 3. And I pull my 1 down. Positive or negative? Well, it's going to be, we want to keep the sign of the bigger one. 20.2 was larger and it was positive, so this is positive. Now, we said when we average, we total it all up. We've done that, and you divide by the number of items. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5. So 13.5 divided by 5. So 2 times 5 is 10. 3 minus 0 is 3. Oops. 5. 5 times 7 is 35. Pull up my decimal, 35. 0. And is it positive or negative? Well, it was positive 13.5. So positive divided by positive is a positive. So it's going to be C. All right, moving right along to number 12. It says, which best represents the solution for the inequality? So we want to solve for x. My first step is always to put a line down the inequality sign. And I'm going to go ahead and circle what I want to isolate. So I want to get x over negative 2 by itself. I need to get rid of minus 3 to do that. So the opposite is plus 3. Plus 3. I'm going to rewrite my x over negative 2 because that's what's still on the left side is less than or equal to 5 plus 3 is 8. Next step, I want to get x by itself, so I need to get rid of negative 2. Right now the operation is division, so I'm going to do the opposite. So I'm going to multiply times negative 2. What you do to one side, you do to the other. So I have x on this side, and I have 2 times 8 is 16. Positive or negative? Well, negative times a positive equals a negative. If you forgot, you have 2 options. Tic-tac-toe. Pluses go from top left to bottom right. Add in negatives everywhere else. And I did a positive divided by a negative. So that means that my answer here would be negative. Or you could do your Dorito Man. Positive up top, 2 negatives on the bottom. I would have crossed out 2 of them and been left with a negative. And then if you multiply or divide by a negative number, you go ahead and flip your inequality. So it goes from less than or equal to greater than or equal to. So our answer in this situation was D. Okay, number 14. Kareem's dog weighs 1.5 pounds less than double the weight of Frank's dog. Kareem's dog weighs 15 pounds. Which equation end solution can be used to find the weight of Frank's dog. So we want to find the weight of Frank's dog. We're looking for keywords here. So it's 1.5 less than double the weight of Frank's. So double Frank's. So to wrap my head around it, I'm going to go ahead and write this in words. So we're talking about double Frank's dog and it said Kareem's dog weighs 1.5 pounds less than double Frank's. So 1.5 less than. So less means we're going to do what operation? Subtract. So minus 1.5. And then it says Kareem's dog weighs 15 pounds. So that sounds like a total to me. So equals 15 pounds. So now that I've wrapped my head around the concepts, let me go ahead and change it into math. So double Frank's. And we're saying that W is the weight of Frank's dog. So if I'm doubling it, I'm good. Multiplying it times 2. So 2W minus 1.5 equals 15. Do we see an option? Let's see. 15 equals 2W plus 1.5. Well, it says less, so we're subtracting it. And then W and 15 for C and D are on the same side, but 15 is total. So it should be on the opposite side. So it looks like we already know our answer, but just in case, let's go ahead and solve it. Practice those skills. So I want to isolate 2W. To do that, I'm going to add 1.5 to both sides. I'm going to make sure that I line up my decimal when I'm adding. So 0.5, 5 plus 1 is 6, 1, and I have 2W. I'm going to go ahead and isolate the W by dividing both sides by 2. So I have 16.5 divided by 2. 2 times 8 is 16. 0. I'm going to bring down this 5. Keep my decimal up here. 2 times 2 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. I'm going to bring a 0 all the way down. 2 times 5 is 10, and I'm done with my division. So W equals 8.25. And yes, that aligns with answer B that we talked about was already correct. Okay, so the last one here. Let's take a look. Samson solves the inequality as shown below. Samson's father checks his work and notices a mistake in the answer. What is his mistake? So let's go ahead and look through it and see what we would have done. So first I'm going to go ahead and circle what I want to isolate. So I want to isolate negative x over 3. So that means I need to get rid of minus 3. I'm going to do plus 3. Is that right? Sounds good to me. So now I have x over negative 3 is less than 7.5. To get rid of negative 3, it's division. So I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to multiply. So that would cancel out. So I have x on one side and negative 22 on that side. But notice here, let me emphasize it a little bit. I have a negative number with my variable, and I multiplied by a negative number. So what do we have to do? If we multiply or divide by a negative number, we should be flipping our inequality sign. So that's what I see as a mistake. Let's read what Samson's father saw. So one option, he says, Samson should subtract 3 from both sides. Well, that would just add more negative, so we don't want to do that. He should divide by negative 3 on both sides. Well, they're already dividing, so we have to do the opposite, multiply. Then it says he found no mistakes, which that is the option that if we chose something wrong, I would see most people choosing C, because what if we forgot about if we multiply or divide by a negative that we flip the sign? So D says he did not change the direction of the inequality symbol after multiplying both sides of the inequality by a negative. Sounds like that's what we caught as well. So I would go with D. All right, you guys have worked super hard. We are so proud of the progress you've made and how hard you're working. So thanks. Keep it up just one more day. And then Monday, and then you've made it.